Let me ask you something, Chloe. You have an extra room in your house, don't you? Why are you asking that all of a sudden, Ambrosia? I have the right to ask you whatever I want to know, so just listen to me. I'm asking whether you have an extra room in your house. Well, I don't know if you can call it an extra room, but there's a room we don't use. But right now, it's for Patrick's hobbies. Hobbies? He's still doing childish things, isn't he? Oh my God. It doesn't matter at all. Guitar is the only thing Patrick enjoys. I think it's a much nicer hobby than gambling. I love to listen when he's playing guitar. Guitar is a child's musical instrument, right? If he's an adult man, he should at least learn to gamble. You're the one who prevented him from doing that, aren't you? You do a lot of unnecessary things. I didn't interfere in any way. Patrick is a reserved and smart man. I'd rather leave him alone with his hobbies. He can't stop playing childish games because you're working outside the house. Do something about it. I told Patrick that I don't want to be a housewife anyway, and he said that he's fine with that. You haven't been able to satisfy him at night either, have you? I don't think so. I'm trying my best. When I was young, I didn't let my husband sleep every night. You have to work that hard. I'm sorry to tell you, but I don't want to imagine too much about what you did in the past. Patrick was born because me and my husband were working hard all night. That's the fact. That's true, but that's why I don't want to imagine about the details. I think it's a little vulgar for you to say that to me. Vulgar? You need to be educated. It's a very important task for a wife. I'm already educated. It's an important education. I'll be there next week. What are you going to do? You don't have to come all the way here just to teach me that. What are you talking about? I told you that it's for your education. Clean up the extra room you have. Geez, you can't just say that out of the blue. I'm saying that I'll move in with you and Patrick. No kidding. Are you suffering from dementia? But you're only 61 years old. I'm not suffering from dementia. Don't be rude. Starting next week, I'll be living with you guys. I didn't hear anything about that. Did you tell Patrick? I bet that boy will be so happy because he can live with his mother. It's been a long time since the last time we lived together. I knew it. You didn't tell Patrick, did you? I don't have to tell him. It's natural for children to take care of their parents. In the first place, you are currently living with Patrick's elder brother, right? Why don't you just stay there? That's right. But everything has to be equal. That's why I'm going over there. My apartment is for a 2-person household. You can't live with us since it'll be cramped. But you have an extra room, right? It's Patrick's hobby room. There's no other room we can put you in. Then why don't you just throw his stuff away? I'm more important than his stuff, right? I can't do that. They're all very important to him. He doesn't need those toys. Maybe I can teach him how to play with the slot machine. He has to do something that other adult men often do. Please don't teach him anything weird. It's been decided then. I'm gonna live together with both of you. It's not decided yet. I'm only moving with you because you're a bad wife who needs to be educated. You should thank me for that. No one asked you to educate me. I said I'd put up with your cramped apartment, so what's your problem? You're being selfish. I'm dissatisfied with everything. It's unreasonable. It's already decided. I'm going over there next week. Anyway, I'll talk it over with Patrick tonight. I talked it over with Patrick yesterday. He was happy, wasn't he? Of course he's happy to live with his mother. He said it's impossible to have you live here. How could he say that?
Besides, you kicked him out of your house, didn't you? You told him to get out since your eldest son and his wife were moving in. That's terrible. I wonder why you are expecting Patrick to let you live with us after what you did to him.
I didn't remember anything about kicking Patrick out of my house.
He's always been treated coldly because he's the second son, and he felt unwanted most of the time. I heard about this before we got married, so there's no way that he wants to live with you, Ambrosia.
That's why I'm going to stay with him from now on. This is my way of atonement.
I'm trying to tell you honestly that he doesn't want to be involved with you. If you care about Patrick, just leave him alone.
Hey, wait a minute. You're the one who persuaded him to say that, right? Just because you don't want to live with me?
To be honest, I don't want to live together with you.
I knew it. You definitely have persuaded him to refuse my offer of staying with both of you.
Patrick doesn't like it more than I do.
Enough with the lies.
If you think I'm lying, why don't you ask him directly?
I've been texting him, but I don't know why he hasn't even read my messages. Maybe he's busy with work?
Oh, I think he blocked your number.
What? How dare he block his own mother?
I'm very sorry, but that's how much he hates you.
You are behind all of this, aren't you? Brainwashing my son who was so kind to you? I can't forgive you. You're a really bad wife.
I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't even persuade Patrick.
I can't believe you don't even have any gratitude for your parents. I'm going to educate both of you at this point.
Speaking of education, I heard that you didn't pay for his tuition fee just because he's the second son. While his elder brother went to a private high school and then a private university, Patrick went to a regular high school while working part-time job and graduated from university with scholarship. I admire how tough he was that he could manage all of that. But I wonder why he should be thankful to you. You didn't even give him enough support.
I forgot that long time ago. He's such a horrible person to hold on to a grudge like that forever. I don't care about that. Hurry up and let me live together with you both.
I don't care what you think, but you're not moving in with us.
It's been decided. I've already packed my stuff. It'll be delivered there the day after tomorrow.
What? You already sent it? I told you not to decide on your own, didn't I?
Please pick up my stuff. I'll be there next week. Don't forget to clean up the extra room.
Wait, Ambrosia. Listen to me, please.
I'm not listening to you. You and Patrick are the ones who must listen to me. Wait and see. I'm going to educate you both properly. Chloe, I'm here for you. Hurry up and unlock the door.
I put the key in the mailbox. Please take them yourself.
Oh, are you out? Shopping? Are you planning to hold a welcome party for me?
Of course not. You can have your own party or whatever you want.
What? Why don't you have any luggage here?
You have your own luggage, right?
Well, yes, but how can I live in an empty room?
You told me to clean up, didn't you? I did as you told me.
You did it too much. Are you trying to bully me? Just come back home right away.
We won't do that.
I can't talk to you anymore. When is Patrick coming home? I'll talk to him.
Patrick won't come home either.
That's impossible. You can't just lie to me like that. I won't allow you to do so.
Patrick and I are both at home.
But none of you are here. I'm at your house right now.
We'll give you that house.
Huh?
Oh, I accidentally forgot to tell you that we've moved out. I'm sorry for being a bad wife who doesn't even care to inform you about that in advance.
Are you trying to scare me? If you really moved out, why are the keys here? There's no way you'd leave the keys behind. It's like asking a burglar to come in. You're supposed to return the key when you move out, right? Don't be silly. Come back home right away.
The contract is until next month. If you're going to live there from now on, you need to sign a new contract. I'm counting on you, Ambrosia.
Are you serious? Don't tell me that you really moved out.
I'm telling you the truth. We've built our dream home. We were supposed to move in next month, but we changed the schedule because you are coming.
Wow! What a surprise! You built a duplex for me? That's very sweet of you. So, where's your new house? I'll be right there.
Huh? What are you talking about? I'm not going to tell you that.
It's our new place, right? You moved in early because I'm coming, didn't you?
You must have misunderstood something. We moved here to cut ties with you.
What did you say?
We want to cut ties with you, Ambrosia.
You think you can do that? I won't allow it.
It's an easy thing to do for us. We will live happily as before as a married couple.
I'm in trouble.
Why are you in trouble? You were kicked out from your house, weren't you?
That's not true. Why would I be kicked out? Don't say random things.
You were always bullying your eldest son's wife, weren't you? Then he and your husband found out about that.
There's no such thing as bullying. That was an education for my eldest son's wife. I did what I was supposed to do.
Education? That was a close call. I could have been bullied by you too. You don't seem to understand the difference between education and sniveling.
That is a lie. It's not my fault.
Besides, your eldest son's wife also found out that you were making debts from the casino, didn't she? I'm glad you didn't teach Patrick to gamble. If he'd created debts, we'd have gone bankrupt.
It's just a way for housewives to relax. Gambling is an exaggeration.
You went into a debt that ate up all of your retirement savings just for a little relaxation? Isn't that too much?
I don't need to save for retirement. It's the duty of children to take care of their parents at that time. That's the way it's always been.
Do you have any children who will take care of you?
Of course, it's Patrick and you.
You can't be serious. I'm a stranger, and Patrick said that he's cutting ties with you.
What? Don't say that. What should I do for my retirement then?
That's none of my business. Anyway, I'll block your number from now on. Goodbye.
Hold it right there. I have nowhere to go. If you move in with me, I'll take care of all the housework. You're all I have left. If you can't live with me, at least send me some money. Please, help me. Chloe, read my messages.
After that, my mother-in-law went back to her family house and apologized desperately. She managed to get my father-in-law and brother-in-law to forgive her. I really admire how generous my father-in-law and brother-in-law are. I thought that the matter had been settled, but within a few months, the bad bug was stirring again. Ambrosia started bullying her eldest son's wife again under the guise of education. Soon after, my father-in-law and brother-in-law found out about that, and this time, they decided to cut ties with her. My mother-in-law is a real hard learner. After that, she came to my parents' house and started screaming at them to tell her where we were, and she ended up in police custody. I guess people who can't help themselves will never change, even when they are in a difficult situation. On the other hand, Patrick and I are living happily in our newly built house.
You're awesome. I admire you so much. It's amazing how you can put up with what Mom has told you. You're so tough.
I got a lot of scolding this morning.
I know about that. It's so hilarious to see how Mom bullies you.
You didn't even care to help me today, Damien. Just as you always do. That means you are bullying me too.
Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta get out of the house. I'm gonna be late for work.
Wait, Damien. Can you at least say something to your mother to stop bullying me? You're my husband, aren't you?
What are you talking about? You're always so cool about it. You're an idiot with zero pride, so you don't feel anything. What do you want me to say to her?
I can't believe you just said things like that. You hurt my feelings. I'm not an idiot.
I don't see it that way. Mom wasn't that bad at first, but since you didn't show her the reaction she wanted to see, she thought it was boring. That's why her bullying is starting to get worse than before.
Is that so? So that's why she's been hard on me lately?
Mom has turned a little emotional recently. She even started to beat you, didn't she? Why don't you do something about that?
What do you mean?
If she grabs you by the hair, just grab her back or slap her on the cheek.
Stop it. I don't want to be in the same position with your mother.
What did you say? Are you making fun of Mom?
I'm not making fun of her, but I think she's a jerk. She began to treat me badly as soon as we started living together. Was she treating your ex-wife in the same way too?
I don't know. I don't remember every single detail about my ex. I've forgotten about the past.
I used to wonder why you got divorced. Now I think I understand why.
Oh, come on. Don't say that just because I didn't protect you today.
It's crazy that you can smile when your own wife is being bullied. I don't feel even an ounce of affection from you.
Don't whine about it. Women are as annoying as hell. I don't want dinner tonight.
Again? You said the same thing yesterday. Are you that busy with work?
I don't feel like coming home after listening to you complain. If you're my wife, you should know that.
We've only been married for 2 months. I still don't know much about you.
In those 2 months, Mom already hates you. It's going to be tough to live from now on.
I couldn't care less about what other people say.
You don't understand. We're family, not strangers. So you won't get away with it so easily. You're really dull, aren't you?
I don't understand. What do you mean by that?
From now on, Mom's going to start jerking you around more. She's going to treat you like a slave. And even if you want a divorce, she won't let you.
Seriously? I feel like I'm married to your mother than to you, Damien.
I have nothing more to say.
You talk about me as if I were some sort of stranger. Forget it. I have to go to work anyway.
Hey, I thought you quit your job.
I was thinking to quit my job, but I decided not to. Your mom will bully me if I stay at home. It's much easier for me to work outside the house.
I knew it. You have zero pride. You can't just quit your work. What an easygoing woman.
It's better than staying home.
My dad doesn't even want to look at you.
That's not true. Your father... It's nothing. Forget about that. I'm Lucy, and I'm 28 years old. I've been married for 2 months now to Damien, whom I've been dating for 2 years. He's 2 years older than me. I liked him because he was a little childish, and he's also a funny guy. But after living with him, I found out that he is a person without a trace of compassion. He is just too childish and very hard to keep up with. As you can see from the messages, his mother is also childish. I've heard stories about the relationship between wives and their mother-in-laws. I now understand that there are some people who look forward to bully the others. Every day is like a living hell. I wanted to leave the house right away, but without something decisive, I'm sure they won't let me leave.
Stop wandering around, stupid! You really are useless.
I need to go to work, Corvina.
I'm surprised that you managed to find a job, though you're only as intelligent as a monkey.
For your information, monkeys are very intelligent animals. If you want to mock me more, you might as well call me a chicken.
Huh?
Chickens forget things so easily since they don't have enough space in their brain to memorize. They're not smart at all.
I'm not talking about chicken. Don't be silly.
Oh, but I got curious and looked it up on the internet, and it actually says that chickens are smart. I wonder if that's true.
Hey, I've been thinking. I know that there's something wrong with you.
Why do you think so?
You are capable to fight me back even though I'm being rude to you. Do you even have a human heart? Don't tell me you're a cold-blooded person.
That's my question to you. If you have a human heart, you wouldn't think of harassing people. No, that's wrong. It's because you're human. You have a bad heart that won't be satisfied until you bully someone.
What are you mumbling about? It's disgusting.
Sorry about that.
I said to Damien that he can get married to anyone he wants because I can get a free housekeeper. But I can't believe such a freak like you came to be his wife. It really sucks.
You suggested Damien to marry me?
Yes. Damien isn't interested in marriage at all.
I guess so. He doesn't seem to be interested in me. I was so disappointed.
Maybe you're not interested in Damien either. Didn't you marry him just for our fortune?
No way. I know I seem calm, but I really love Damien. I'm sad that he's no longer interested in me.
Oh, I've finally got your weak spot. I've got some great information for you, but I can't tell you this yet.
What is it? I'm curious.
If I tell you this, you'll get angry with me. Instead, I'll tell you something else.
Just tell me, okay?
Check your wallet.
What? Oh no, my credit card is missing. I must have dropped it somewhere.
You're an idiot that you didn't notice until now. Well, I knew it from the beginning that you were an idiot, but...
Did you take it? That's terrible.
I spent a lot with your credit card. I finally got the $2,000 facial equipment I've always wanted.
I didn't know you're interested in beauty-related equipment.
What did you say? There are things you can say and things you can't.
No matter how beautiful your face is, no one wants to get near you because you have such a dirty heart. You can't become an attractive woman forever.
That's not all. Don't be surprised when you see the amount of money I spent.
Wow, $12,000. That's a lot of money.
I couldn't buy what I wanted because you've been so reluctant to give me money lately.
I didn't realize that. Anyway, Damien hasn't been able to save any money at all too. I thought it's because you were spending all of them.
No, I'm spending it on something else.
I see.
I've spent $12,000 on your credit card, and you still seem to have plenty of money left over. I'm curious about that.
Don't worry. No matter what happens, I'll keep smiling. If you forget to smile, it's the end of your life.
Then I'll drop another bomb. Those expensive-looking bags and clothes in your room, I gave them to a friend.
Oh, really?
How's that? Now you can't fight me back, can you?
You said that you gave them to your friend. I didn't know that you have a friend who could wear the clothes of my size and use my bags. They're for young people, so I don't think she'll fit.
Shut up! What's the matter with you? You should be panicked after what I've done to you.
Because I'm going to get it all back anyway. I feel better if I just laugh at you.
I'm not going to pay you back. Who do you think I am? Don't think you can defy me.
But even you can't go against the police, can you?
That's true, but I didn't do anything wrong.
You said it yourself just now, that you stole some things from me. You confessed, didn't you?
You're really stupid. I'm your family, so it wouldn't be a crime. What kind of idiot are you?
We are not blood related.
Even if we're not blood related, you're married to Damien. That means we're family.
I'm not married to Damien.
No kidding!
We haven't registered our marriage yet.
Why?
Because your husband warned me about everything. I decided to obey him.
What did he say?
You bullied Damien's ex-wife and made her divorce him. She felt sick because of your bullying. Your husband was worried that I might go through the same thing. He advised me to wait for a while before I register my marriage. He was right about everything.
I can't believe he was saying that behind my back. That guy?
He's a kind man, isn't he? So I'll follow his advice. I lied to Damien and told him that I already filed our marriage certificate. The truth is, I haven't done that. I'm truly grateful to your husband.
Wait a minute. That makes me look bad, doesn't it?
Well, you're guilty of theft.
Don't be silly. I thought you wouldn't get mad at me no matter what I did. But this is how you trick me.
I thought if I just bear with it, I'm sure that you'll stop bullying me eventually. I was afraid that you would do something nasty to me, so I always put a smile on my face. Your husband was right about you.
Oh no, you just tricked me.
I'll call the police immediately.
Wait, I'll return the money little by little. I'll get the clothes and bags back from my friend. Just don't tell the police.
I refuse. I can't let a criminal like you get away. I don't want you to repeat the same mistakes ever again.
I'll be nice to you from now on. If the police put me into jail, Damien will be sad.
So what?
You don't care about Damien?
I cared about him, but not anymore.
Just don't let me get arrested.
After all, it's for your own sake. No matter how many times you say it, my will remains the same. You're at home now, aren't you? I'll send the police right away.
Why are you acting like a hypocrite?
You're the one who's acting like a hypocrite. You're the villain here.
Don't be silly at a time like this.
I'm serious, Corvina. Many people call me a hypocrite, so I've been wanting to give them a good dressing down someday, and looks like the time has come.
Enough! I'll say what hurts you the most.
Go ahead.
Damien is having an affair with a beautiful woman, and he prefers to be with that woman.
Is that so? I don't know what to say.
He spends all his money on her, and that's why he's been coming home late nowadays. You know what? He doesn't love you at all.
Thank you for the information. Now I can file for alimony too.
You can't claim it because you're not married.
I can, because we're still engaged.
What?
Seems that you've dug your own grave.
What should I do? I'll get scolded by Damien.
Don't worry. The police will arrest you before that happens.
You're a god of misfortune. You even misled my husband.
Well, if something happens again, your husband said that he'll divorce you.
We've been together for 30 years and now he wants a divorce?
I guess that's what happens when you become a criminal. If I were your husband, I'd do the same.
I shouldn't have bullied you just for fun.
Now, I've got to end my relationship with Damien. I can't wait to clear this matter.
If I could turn back time, I would do so.
The police went to my house on my report and arrested Corvina on the spot. She was sentenced to prison for theft. It was her own fault, so she had no choice. I told the police about everything that day, and I also told Damien that I would charge him alimony. Damien was mad because his mother told me about his affair. But actually, I had been aware of the affair before Corvina even told me about that. I wonder how it is possible that he did that right after we got married. It was sad, but I was prepared for it. Corvina was the person who gave me the proof, so I thank her for that. Corvina's husband decided to divorce her. I'm just starting my second life now. I'm glad that I took Corvina's husband's advice. I know it's hard to lose someone you once loved, but it's much better than living a life where you can't escape from being bullied every day by your own family member. When I reported to my workplace that I was no longer married, everyone was reserved at first. But when I told them about the main reason during the drinking party, they were all amused. I'm so glad that I had such a precious experience. I don't want to be in love for a while, so I'm going to concentrate on my job and work hard to improve myself.
Hey Marie, what are you doing? Do you have any idea how long it's been since I texted you? I can't believe it. How can you ignore your mother-in-law's messages? I'm sorry, Roseanne. I had a part-time job today, so I couldn't check my phone. How is it possible that you didn't have a single moment to look at my messages? You could have at least checked during your break. It's been a very busy day, and I didn't have time to check on my phone even a little. Oh well, about the dinner party this weekend, you can come, right? Eric's birthday is coming up soon. Did Keith tell you that we should celebrate it together? It's this Friday, right? Of course I can come. 6 p.m. Don't be late. Keith is gonna be working late that day, so he will be a little late. I don't blame him for being late, but it has nothing to do with you. We have a lot to do before the party, so make sure you come on time. I understand, but I was planning to come at the same time with him since you won't let me use the kitchen. Cooking isn't the only thing we need to do. There's a lot of things to do, like cleaning. Right, I'm sorry. We have Emily here at home. After all, the oldest son's wife is the one I can depend on. A wife who lives with us is the best. She learns how to cook food from me, and it's very delicious. I am sorry, but instead of living together, we send money to you every month. I would appreciate it if you would consider that a little more. I don't care if you send us money, but well, I don't think I could get along even if I lived with you. Maybe this is for the best. Personality-wise, I don't think we'd get along. Plus, you've been married for 3 years, and you haven't shown me your child. We're not thinking about having kids yet. You're already 30, aren't you? What a careless thing to say. But Emily also had a child recently, didn't she? See, you always compare yourself with others. She and my son got married in their late age, so there's no choice. They got married in their mid-30s, so it's natural that they had children late. But you got married in your 20s. You're not perfect as a wife, and you make fun of her? I didn't intend to, but I apologize if I made you think so. I don't understand why Keith married someone like you. Even after Emily had a baby, you don't come to see her at all. Perhaps are you jealous of her? The reason I haven't visited her much is because she just gave birth and I didn't want her to worry about someone visiting her. Well, hey, are you having fertility treatment? Those people don't want to see other people's children, right? Isn't that why you say you can't think about children? No, not like that. Well, whatever. I have my first grandchild, and I have a wife who lives with me. I don't care if I have one useless wife. At least spend your time out of our way, okay? Yes, I will be careful. You're only good at replying. You pretend to be obedient in front of me, but complains to Keith, don't you? He told me to be nice to you the other day. You're so mean. I didn't say anything. Then are you saying that he thought so and warned me? I wonder if being with you has made him crazy. Anyway, if you haven't said anything, don't say anything unnecessary from now on as well. Be careful not to make me hate you anymore. I understand. I'm gonna invite my son's defective wife over to dinner, so you should be more grateful for my kindness. Murray, what are you doing? Everyone is having dinner and why are you out? I'm at the supermarket. I'll be home soon. Supermarket? Did they ask you to buy something? No, they didn't have any food for me, so I was told to go and get it myself. Seriously? I can't believe it. I'm gonna complain to mom and dad. Wait, it's your father's birthday, and I'm fine. But I'm almost there, and I just have to be patient for a few more hours. I'm fine. It's not good to put up with it. They invited you to dinner, but they won't let you eat? That's ridiculous. I thought they finally accepted you. But talking about it now won't solve anything. It will be a happy reunion without me. This is not fun at all. How can you enjoy yourself when your own wife is being harassed? Thank you, but they don't like me. It's sad, but no choice. Wait. What's wrong? I can't open the door. I guess your mother locked me out. Oh, she just texted me now. She's saying I should eat out. Hey, you should go back home. You don't have to come to this house. This is too awful. But if I do so? It's okay. Thanks for putting up for me. Are you sure it's okay? I heard a loud noise coming from the house. It's okay. It's over. I'm taking a cab home now. You're home already, right? Yeah, I'm home. Keith, are you okay? I'm fine. I regret that I should have made action earlier. I was relying on you too much. I'm sorry. I thought Mom might change. I'm fine. But what do you mean it's over? I just scolded everyone. You scolded? So it was you? That loud voice? I suddenly heard a loud voice from the house, so I was surprised. I was so angry at the time, but it was their fault for making me angry. Anyway, I told my parents not to contact us again. Everyone had been nice to you. Was it okay to do that far? Like I said before, I don't want to get involved with people who mistreat my wife. It was Mom who was mistreating you, but Dad and my brother and his wife were also laughing, so they are crazy. How can they be laughing when they are hurting my precious wife? I'm sorry. Everything's because your mother doesn't like me, so I even refused to move in with them. I wasn't planning to live together with them either. It's not your fault, but they're saying like it's your fault. You thought that much of me? To be honest, it was really painful, but I thought if I did my best so that everyone would like me. You don't have to put up with it anymore. You don't have to try to butter her up. You're the best as you are. Thank you. Also, you don't have to send them money anymore. Even if they can't make ends meet, it has nothing to do with us. From now on, use the money for whatever you want or for savings. I wonder if they will be okay. Mom and Dad are living with my brother's family, so there should be no problem. I mean, I should have stopped when they decided to live with them in the first place. I'm glad you chose me. Of course, there's nothing more important than you. I'm glad you're my husband. You always think about me. You've given your mother all kinds of warnings, right? Yeah, even if I told her, she won't change though. I'm sorry I couldn't protect you at all. Still, I was glad. From now on, I'll protect you. Oh hey, we're gonna stop sending money, which means we will have more money. So let's build a house. Are you sure you're okay with deciding to build a house so easily? We've been talking about it for a while, and it's a good new start, isn't it? Well, I guess a nice chance? Then let's do it. Let's go to a show home and check things out. Also, I didn't eat any food. Do we have anything at home? That's what I thought. So I'm cooking right now. Let's have dinner together. Thank you. Our home is the best place. I love your dishes. Murray? Why aren't you guys home? Oh, Roseanne? I'm sorry, I know we promised I would never contact you guys again. It's an emergency, so I had to reach you. I actually tried to call Keith, but he seems to have blocked us. I'm sorry, but please do not contact us again. I've been told by Keith not to talk to you. I'm sorry. Bye. Wait, it's an emergency. Please, put Keith on the phone. Keith is taking a bath right now, so I can't. Taking a bath? Where are you taking a bath when you're not at home? We built a house and moved out. That's why you're not at home, even though on weekends. Did you go to our old house? I don't have anyone to rely on but you guys. What do you mean? Well, things are really bad at home right now. You stopped sending us money, and we couldn't live by our pensions. So we're having a very miserable life. Even if we stopped sending you money, you still live with your son's family, right? Is it possible that you will not be able to make a living? Actually, our son has a lot of debt. It seems like he was using your money to pay off his debts in secret. But since you stopped sending it, most of his income has gone to pay off his debts. So we've been living on our pension, but it's not enough for 4 adults to live on. I see. But, well, it has nothing to do with us, so you all do your best. Murray, we're really in trouble, and you're abandoning us? How can you ask me when you've been harassing me all this time? I don't understand at all. It's true that I refuse to live with you, but I have tried to support you as much as I could. I'm sorry about that. I thought you didn't like us because you wouldn't move in with us. That's why I was mean to you. I was very hurt. When we talked about getting married, we had decided that Keith and I would not live with each other's parents. Keith also explained it to you, didn't he? He explained it to us, but we were sad. We thought you were gonna come to our house. I hope you could understand our feelings a little. I refused to live with you, so I guess it's natural to feel that I hated you, but that doesn't mean you can harass me. I told you I didn't mean to. Even though you didn't mean to, the fact that you harassed me won't change. I have no intention of helping you guys. Don't say it like that, please. Mary, please, can't you at least talk to Keith? No matter how many times you ask me, I can't. Things have gotten worse than before. Emily has started working part-time because we don't have enough money. And because of that, she has started to verbally abuse us. My son borrowed money to try to make more money at casino, and his debts increased even more. Because of it, they're not getting along well with each other, and the atmosphere in the house is terrible. Please, I will do anything, so please help us. I don't want to stay in that house even for a second. The situation is worse than I thought. Keith is also looking at our conversation, and he's saying that this is so bad that we should help you. Really? If you forgive me for what I've done and help me, I'll take any conditions you have. Well, then, we're living in a new house now, but it's not big enough to live with you guys. So can you give us the money to renovate it into a duplex house? We can afford that. We were planning to run away with the minimum belongings, and we can prepare the money by selling unnecessary things. I see. Then our house is not that big, but you can come for the time being. I know it will be hard for you to stay in your house until the renovation is completed. Thank you, Murray. From now on, I'll be on your side no matter what. What about your son and Emily? It seems those two originally decided to move in with us just to save on living expenses since they already had debts. We don't want to live with people who chose to live with us for that reason. So I'm gonna leave them and run away. You've always said that you like a wife who would live with you, but when you find out the reason, you become very harsh. That's what happens when you hide things from me. But you know, I don't think living with you is a problem because you can talk honestly with me like now. It's like you saved our lives, and I'll try not to make you feel uncomfortable, and I'll keep that in mind. I'm glad you changed your mind. Then I will be looking forward. Roseanne and Eric came to our house as if they were running away. When they have just moved in, I was cautious because I thought they would be noisy after the first few months. But even after the duplex house was built, They did not say a single sarcastic word to me. Since they paid for the renovation, I was worried that they would bring it up and say something about it, but they didn't. On the contrary, they are very considerate of us. Their son and Emily began to have trouble paying off their debts because he lost his parents' pension. So she divorced him as if she was trying to run away, and he was taken somewhere by scary people because of the debt. Therefore, we don't know what is going on to him now. After a while, we had a baby, and my in-laws were very happy to have a new grandchild. During the pregnancy, I suffered from morning sickness, but my in-laws as well as my husband cooperated with the household chores, so I was able to give birth without any unnecessary stress and without any problems. We are now living a happy and carefree life as a family of 5, including my in-laws. I would like to continue to build a happy family in the future.
I've got a quick message for you. Molly, may I? Yes, what is it? Hank will be staying at my place today. That's all I wanted to tell you. Oh, again? That's right. He said he's off tomorrow so we can go out together. I'm so happy. He really is a good boy who loves his parents. Didn't he say the same thing last week? Isn't that too frequent? Hank has a family. Oh, you don't have to worry about it. There's nothing wrong with it. This is Hank's parents' house. It's natural for him to come home. Besides, it's not like you have kids. Well, that's true, but why doesn't Hank contact me himself? I heard it from you last week. I think he should contact me himself. He's not a child anymore. Oh, about that. He just called me on his lunch break, but he had to get back to work right away. He asked me to tell you that he's on his way back to work. It's just because of work. I see, but then he could have called me first. I can't believe he told you instead. Don't you think it's a bit weird, too? It doesn't matter either way. You're so picky with every little thing, aren't you? I wonder if Hank doesn't feel suffocated for being so constrained. That's probably why he wants to stay at my place. I didn't mean it as a restraint. I didn't say he can't stay there. Then it's fine, right? You can have a relaxed time too. Why don't you enjoy the peace and quiet? What's wrong with that? Maybe, but... What are you so unhappy about? It's not that I'm unhappy. I just think it's too much. You know what? Why don't you think about why Hank doesn't want to go home much? Is there a reason? Do you know anything about it, mother-in-law? I didn't ask him anything. It's just that Hank comes here so often. I can easily imagine why. You simply make him not want to stay home, don't you? Huh? That's not true. I'm trying my best every day for Hank's sake. Is that so? Then I wonder why. He always says that, doesn't he? He always says that he feels more at home at his parents' house than at his own house. If this is the case, it's the same as being separated. That won't happen. I'll talk it over with Hank next time so that it doesn't happen. I hope it won't come to that. Anyway, I've told you everything I wanted to. I understand. Hey, Molly. Hank's at home, right? He's not answering my calls. I have an urgent matter. Can you tell him to come over here right now? Mother-in-law? He's at home. But we have to go out now. Hank's taking a shower right now. That's why he didn't reply. I told you it's urgent. You can go out any time you want as a couple. It's urgent for me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Tell Hank as soon as possible. I understand. I'll tell Hank. Tell him it's the usual. The usual? What's that? It's none of your business. Please don't butt into the private matters of a mother and son. Anyway, can you tell him to call me back? I don't have much time. Okay. I'll have him call you as soon as he gets out from the shower. Molly, I'm sorry about today. I was in a bit of a hurry, so I'm glad you're here. I really needed Hank's help. I'm sorry I ruined your plans. It's okay. Is the errand something to do with his work or something? I can't believe you needed Hank so suddenly. No, it's not a big deal. It's just difficult for me without Hank. I know it's not something I should bother to mention, but I'm sorry. I heard you were going to the movies. You should have told me first. I did tell you I was going out, but you said it was urgent. Well, that's true. I didn't know you already bought the tickets. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. But you'll forgive me, won't you? It doesn't really matter if I forgive you or not, but next time I would appreciate it if you could tell me in advance. We haven't been able to spend much time together lately. I'd like to make a schedule if possible. Yes, I know. But not spending time as a couple is your problem, isn't it? It's not like I'm asking him to come here. It's Hank's own decision not to go home. Maybe there's some kind of problem between you and your husband? Yes, but... Why don't you two have a baby soon? Hank likes kids. I'm sure he'll be a good father. We've talked about that too, but I told Hank that I still want to have free time. I can't do it alone. Is that so? It's not that he's not attracted to you? Huh? What do you mean? Attracted to you as a woman. Are you doing well in your married life? If you're attracted to each other, it should come naturally. You can't have a baby if you don't do anything. I'm not a child, I know that. So, you're doing everything right? I'm glad. Molly, you're already 27, right? If you don't have your first baby soon, you'll be giving birth at an older age. I can't wait to hold my grandchild, too. I'm looking forward to it. Oh. Well, since it's between you and him, I won't say any more. But your father-in-law and I are waiting for you, okay? Don't forget that. Yes, okay. Hey, Molly, I have an appointment with a friend today. Molly, will you come over to my house and keep your father-in-law company? Hank is away on a business trip, right? Even if you go home, won't you be alone? We're both free, right? What? By myself? Yes. Your father-in-law likes you, Molly. Besides, I have to leave the house now, too. His dinner isn't ready yet. So I was wondering if you could do me a favor? It would just be the two of us. Even though he's my father-in-law, he's still a man. Why not? You don't want to be alone with your father-in-law? No, it's not that I don't want to. Then it's fine. Just deal with it and go. I want you to cook dinner. Besides, your father-in-law wants to talk to you too, Molly. Me? What is it? It's probably what we were talking about the other day. About having kids. I'm sure your father-in-law is worried about you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Okay. Just talk to him a little. I understand if that's what you want. Thank you. I'll be home tonight. I'll take care of the rest. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for yesterday. Your father-in-law was happy too. Molly, I heard you're good at cooking. He said it was very delicious. No, that's not true. I should have invited you sooner. He would be happy too. Haha, yes. It was fine between you and your father-in-law, wasn't it? Well, it was fine. Hey, what were you two talking about? I thought it was something he wanted to talk about. I can't just ask him, can I? Was it about kids? Oh, it's not a big deal. It was just small talk, you know. We had a good time. You did? Yes, we did. Of course, we talked about kids too. I knew it. I told you, didn't I? The sooner the better. He's looking forward to grandchildren too. I guess so. You should talk it over with Hank. I'll tell him too. No, it's okay. I'll talk to him myself. Is that so? That's fine. You should come by my house again. Your father-in-law will be happy. Thanks again. Okay.
Hey, Hank told me about you. About your parents. It must be hard for you.
Oh, yes. I was surprised, too.
It's not good timing, is it? Hank's on a business trip today. I have other plans, too. I wish I could help you, but...
Don't worry, my brother and I will take care of it.
Oh my God. Now I'll have to cancel all my plans. I don't even know where I put my funeral clothes. What a terrible time to lose your parents. How could this happen?
I don't have time to listen to you. If you think it's too much trouble, you don't even have to come to the funeral.
What with that tone? I didn't say it was a bother. I just said it's not a good time. You're not making me feel better.
You're free to make your own schedule. Don't worry about us.
What's your problem? You're being so rude. Do you think it's okay to be like that just because you're sad? There are things you can say and things you can't.
I'm the one who lost my parents. I think it's ruder to complain about the funeral. I'm so heartbroken.
If that's the kind of attitude you have, you don't have to come here anymore. You don't have to visit.
Yes, that was the plan.
Huh? What are you talking about?
That I don't have to visit? I want the same thing. It saved me the trouble of telling you that.
Huh? What? Are you serious? What do you mean?
Yes, I'm serious. I've been ready to leave for quite some time, but the timing hasn't been right. I'm sorry to tell you under these circumstances. I just thought it would be a good opportunity.
Hey, wait a minute. What are you talking about?
I've found a job. I'll be leaving. Of course, you don't have to come to the funeral either.
What? What are you talking about? Do you even know what you're saying?
Yes, I know what it means. It means that Hank and I are divorcing.
What? What? Why?
Why? Don't you think you know best? You want me to tell you why?
What are you talking about?
You two are each other's alibi for having an affair. How did you come up with that? You're an awful mother and son combo.
Huh? What are you talking about? Who's having an affair?
Please don't act so clueless. It's you and Hank. When Hank said he's staying at your house, you told your husband that you would stay here with us too, right? You weren't at each other's houses.
What?
That's what my father-in-law was talking about the other day. He said you suddenly started staying at our house every week. I thought something was wrong, and I was right.
Well, no. It's not.
What's wrong? Because it seemed odd. You'd get all dressed up to go to your son's house. It's normal for your husband to be suspicious. He obviously thought it was strange, so he hired a private investigator.
An investigator?
Yes. I heard the other guy has a family too. They must be really upset right now.
What?
Your husband sent them a letter. It probably arrived by now.
Wait. What are you talking about? What do you mean?
What? I'm saying that he sent the evidence of your affair to the other man's house.
Why did he do that? It would cause trouble for the other family.
Instead of worrying about getting divorced yourself, you're worried about your partner's family? My mother-in-law is very kind, isn't she?
What? Divorce?
Do you think you won't get divorced even though you had an affair? Isn't that really selfish?
Wait, your father-in-law said that?
Yes. So? By the way, I also sent a letter to Hank's partner.
What?
Because we're getting divorced, right? You don't just say, yes, let's get divorced without any reason, right? Because there was a good and deep reason.
Wait a minute. How are you going to make a living? You're divorcing Hank and you have no idea what you're doing. You can't live on your own, can you?
How do you mean? Of course I'm going to work to make a living. I'll live off the alimony from the two of you.
Alimony? What's that?
If you have an affair, you pay alimony. That's the norm. Don't you know that?
I do know that, but I've been a housewife my whole life. There's no way I can pay alimony. What do you mean from the two of us?
From you and Hank. You're both having an affair with the help of each other. It's also a crime to help commit adultery. The two of you were helping each other and it backfired. It's a disaster.
Well, wait a minute. Do you really think you can do that to me?
Yes, I do. I mean, considering what you did to me, that's not even close to what you deserve.
Don't be silly. But fine. I'll pay you as much as you want.
What?
Your parents died, right?
Yes, but
I'll pay you with that inheritance. Hank will get part of the inheritance, right? I'll pay you with all of it. That way we won't go broke.
Mother-in-law, you really are an idiot. How crazy are you?
Huh? Idiot? Crazy?
How can my parents' inheritance become Hank's? Don't be ridiculous.
That's because you're a married couple, of course. The wife's money is the husband's money, right? So of course half of your inheritance would be Hank's. You're the one who doesn't understand anything, aren't you?
The entire inheritance belongs to me and my brother. Spouses don't have inheritance rights, and even if they did, we're divorced. How can Hank get any inheritance? Did you listen to what I said?
Then why don't you just get divorced? Then we wouldn't have to pay alimony, right? In the first place, there's no way Hank would agree to divorce under such circumstances.
What choice do you have if you're having an affair and you don't want to get a divorce? It's really completely up to me. The guilty party can't refuse, right?
What? The adulterer has a reason too. Don't make it sound like we are the only ones to blame. There are good reasons for infidelity.
Well, what are the reasons? You think your husband had something to do with it?
Yes, I do.
Oh, I see. Well, whether you two get divorced or not is none of my business. It's between husband and wife. Well, I'm busy now, so I'll leave you to it.
Well, wait a minute.
What is it?
It's a lie that my husband is divorcing me, isn't it? And you wouldn't divorce Hank, right? It's some kind of joke, right? Divorce is expensive, right? What's the fun in taking money from such an old lady with a short life? Are you trying to ruin my life?
Huh? Are you going to give me a sob story now? That won't change anything, will it?
How can you say that?
The divorce is final. I will not waver in my will anymore. You may dispose of everything in the house. I've already taken all the valuables out of the house. I have no regrets for that house or Hank. I will never go back to that house again.
Well, wait a minute. I won't allow you to do that. Come back now.
You're the one who said I don't have to come back, right? I'm leaving, just as you said. Please, both of you, pay my alimony and go to hell. It seems that my mother-in-law and father-in-law had an argument, but his will was firm, so they ended up divorcing, and of course I divorced too. Both of them were found out by the other's wife and husband. The alimony alone must have been outrageous. They are a really shallow mother and son pair. They thought that even if they got divorced, they could just get back together with their partner. Neither of the two partners had any intention of continuing their marriage or relationship. Both my mother-in-law and Hank ended up losing everything. It's a natural outcome, and I think it was a good lesson. I received alimony from both of them in installments. I rented an apartment near my parents' house and started a new job. It's been a long time since I've been in the workforce, and it's a lot of work, but I will do my best to make a new life for myself.
Cassandra, I need you to bring me some clothes to change and some novels for me to read. When can you come next?
What? I just went to visit you the other day, didn't I? You should have asked for those at that time. I don't have time to visit you multiple times. Unlike you, I'm busy. I have to do housework and I have to go out with people at work too. And the hospital where you're hospitalized is in the next city, so it's far away. It's such a waste of time. Besides, I've been busy with your hospitalization procedures and such, so please let me take a rest. I'm exhausted, Thomas.
Come on, I broke my arm in a car accident, honey. Can you at least be a little considerate? You're my wife, so you should at least come to visit me once in a while.
I visited you. I brought you everything you needed the other day. It was really heavy, and I had a hard time. Besides, you can borrow clothes to change from the hospital, right? Why do I have to bring you some clothes from home? You should just shut up and put on your hospital gown.
Well, you have a point there. I'm going to be in the hospital for a while, so I feel more comfortable when I wear clothes I usually wear.
Don't be so selfish. You're a grown-up, right? You can do what you can in the hospital by yourself. Don't be so naive as to expect me to come visit you every time. What are you going to do if I collapse from fatigue? In the first place, you are capable to do everything by yourself. It was always easy for you, wasn't it? Oh, and if you can't do something, ask the nurse to do it for you.
That was before I got hospitalized. I can't move my arms, so there are a lot of things I can't do. So why don't you at least support me while I'm in the hospital? If you think I'm lying, come visit me. I'll show you how hard it is.
Geez, okay then. I'm too busy to visit you, but I'll deliver your stuff to you by courier service. You won't have anything to complain now, will you? I'll make sure to deliver all of them. So will you inform me again about those stuff you need?
You know, you've changed a lot since a while ago. Seems that you don't love me anymore. You didn't come to see me right away when I was involved in a car accident, and you never tried to come to visit me yourself either. It's like you just had to do it because you were asked to. If you were the same person I know, you would have been a little more concerned about me. There's no way you would have said that you'll deliver my stuff by courier service.
That's not true. I'm worried about you. But I don't think that rushing to you right away after the accident or visiting you every day at the hospital will make you get better right away. It's the doctors who are going to fix you, not me.
Well, I know that I won't get better right away just because you come to see me. But if you were the same old you, I think you would have been more worried about me unconditionally. I've been feeling that you've become cold lately, but I feel it more now that I'm hospitalized. Why are you treating me coldly? If I did something wrong, please tell me. If you don't tell me, I won't know how to improve myself. I've been trying to give you as much freedom as possible so that you don't get stressed out.
Are you really bored in the hospital? Will you stop complaining like that? It's making me feel upset. Please find another way to spend your free time.
It's not like that, but it's true, isn't it? It's just that things have changed and you weren't the same person I know anymore. I feel lonely somehow.
Things like that change with time. We've been married for 3 years. Most married couple will change after spending several years together. It's normal. We're not the lovey-dovey high school lovers anymore, so give me a break.
Of course, it may be normal for a married couple to change their attitudes, but don't you want to be a married couple who continues to love each other?
Yeah, whatever. Oh, by the way, I'm going on a trip next week, so I won't be able to reply as often as I'm supposed to. That's why, please don't disturb me with your nonsense blabbering.
A trip? For heaven's sake, I'm hospitalized, Cassandra. I didn't know that you're going on a trip.
Well, that's because I just told you.
Well, it's perfectly fine to go on a trip, but please think about the timing.
You're really annoying. My timing is perfect. You just have a broken arm, right? Things won't change with or without me. You're just overreacting. It's just a little pain on the arm.
I can't leave the hospital anyway. We are a married couple, so at least tell me who you're traveling with and where.
You're such a pain in the ass. Do I have to tell you everything? Hawaii! I'm going with my coworkers, that's all. Satisfied now?
Colleagues? Do you have any colleagues at work that you get along well with? In addition, you're going to Hawaii? Wait a sec. Are you telling me that you're going with a guy?
How rude of you! Of course I'm not going with a guy. I have someone whom I get along well with at work. Anyway, I'm going to Hawaii with that person. Can we end our conversation here? I have some errands to run.
Robin, long time no see. Hey Thomas, long time no see. I heard that you're in the hospital now. What happened? I was involved in the car accident. Nothing serious, but I'm crippled for a while. By the way, Robin, you're in the same department as Cassandra, right? Oh, your wife? That's right. Cassandra said that she's going to Hawaii with her colleagues. She didn't clearly say who she was going with. The atmosphere was different from usual, so I thought I'd see if I could figure it out. A love affair trip to Hawaii? Oh, come on. Stop joking, dude. But if she's really going, I have a feeling that she will probably go with James. You know James, don't you? We were together in the previous department, remember? James? No way. Have you heard something fishy about my wife and James? Well, it's been rumored that Cassandra and James get along really well, and they're both taking a vacation leave next week. Somehow, I feel even more uncomfortable after hearing your story. I see. Thanks for letting me know. No problem. I think you should take a rest and stop thinking about unnecessary things since you're still in the hospital. Good day, Thomas. Good day to you too, James. You look tired than usual. Are you busy with work? I spend most of my time sleeping nowadays. How's your broken arm, Thomas? Well, I don't think it's a big deal. It seems I can move my arm as I want now, thanks to the rehabilitation. Glad to hear that. As I told you before, I'm quitting the company next month and going back to my parents' house. Thank you for your help. I'm calling to inform you about that. I see. I can't believe your father suddenly got sick. I'm really sorry to hear that and wish you and your family all the best. Thank you, Thomas. You too. Please don't force yourself too hard. Can I ask you one thing? My wife seems to be having an affair with her colleague. Adultery? That's surprising. How did you know she was having an affair? Did she say something about it, or did you hear about it from someone else? I was in the hospital, and she said she was going on a trip to Hawaii with her colleague. When I suspected her, she tried to end the conversation right away, so I decided to ask another colleague of mine. Then my colleague told me that he knows the person my wife has an affair with. There's no smoke without fire, right? No way. Maybe it's just a rumor and you shouldn't bother about that. I want to think that it's a lie too, but if it's true, I'm going to file for alimony against my wife and her lover. I have plenty of time. Oh, sorry that I brought this topic out of the blue. I am so surprised that I've lost my words, but you're in the hospital and I thought it would be hard for you to gather evidence. Well, I'll figure something out. Even in the hospital, you can gather more information than you think, you know. Insurance money from the accident and settlement money will also come in. Oh, okay then. But please, take care of yourself. Thomas, your wife died in an accident. Huh? What are you talking about? Cassandra is supposed to be in Hawaii right now. You may not believe it because it's so sudden, but the police told me earlier at the company that she died on a trip. Is it true? What? Are you talking about the police in Hawaii? Lying is not good. If you're joking, you have a very bad sense of humor. I heard she was involved in a car accident in Hawaii. It looks like your wife's bag was found at the scene, and that's how they identified her. Wait a minute. I'm totally confused here. Are you really sure about that? I know. I can understand that it's confusing. One question I have is why haven't the police contacted me? Normally, if it's an accident overseas, the embassy would contact me or something. I wonder why I haven't received any call yet. I don't know why, but maybe you're in the hospital. I haven't heard anything from my wife's parents either. Isn't that strange? My wife's family should have contacted me if something happened to Cassandra. Which police department called you? I just heard about it from another colleague. I wonder which department made a call. Speaking of which, what are you doing at the office? Didn't you say that you were going to quit so you could use your paid leaves? That's right. It just happened since the paperwork was incomplete. Anyway, it's true that your wife passed away. How can you be so sure? They haven't even found her body yet, have they? How can the police declare that the person is dead just because her belongings were found at the scene? I don't know the details. Well, you didn't make the call, did you? Who at the company told you that? I'll check, so let me know. I'm sorry, I don't remember since I was so shocked. You must be pretty upset that you can't even remember the faces of the people you worked with. I see. Well, I'll ask the section chief then. If that's true, the section chief would have heard about it as expected. You don't have to go that far. You're still in the hospital, so I'll do some more research on behalf of you. That's enough. You're lying, aren't you? Why should I lie to you? I've been working with you for 2 years. I know your habits. You used to say that when you tried to hide your mistakes at work. If you don't know, you always say vague things that you don't remember. You are too obvious. Really? I don't remember that at all. Look, you're using the same words again. Could it be that you're Cassandra's lover? No way! I'm not having an affair with your wife. Well, if you ask the company or the police, they'll know right away. If you want, I can call the embassy to find out more about the details. If you're not doing anything wrong, why would you lie to me by telling me this story of yours? Since you're ignoring me, I'm sure that you were lying to me.
What have you done, Thomas? I can't believe you sent pictures of the affair and stuff to my parents. Why do you even involve my parents in this kind of private matters? It's disgusting that you would do such a thing. Why don't you just tell me directly?
Pictures of the affair? So you admitted it? I'm convinced now that you were having an affair. Thanks for the obvious response.
No, I didn't.
That's enough. Excuses are a waste of time. James, right? I had my lawyer to do the further research, so I know all about it. I've been contacted by the embassy too. They said there's no evidence of you leaving this country, and there's no evidence of any American who got involved in a traffic accident in Hawaii. What did you do then?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter, Cassandra. You faked it because you didn't want to pay for the alimony. You almost got caught by me, so you think you can just pretend you're dead before I find out? That's foolish. I'm really tired of your way of thinking. There's no way you can pretend you're dead. You're very immature.
It's your fault. If you hadn't insisted on asking, none of this would have happened. You wouldn't have even noticed. That's why I had to make up a cover. I had no choice, and I didn't want to go that far either.
Well, you better stop living with your head buried in the sand. It's not even a cover. That's just a joke.
Then you're even dumber for choosing a woman like me. Just by being a little nice to you, you fell in love with me right away. I can still remember that delirious look on your face. Seriously, it's just so ridiculous. I only married you because you have a high income. You're an idiot for not realizing it. I don't love you even a bit. When I heard you were involved in a car accident, I wanted to divorce you right away. You're just a burden to me if you can't make any money by working.
You're right. I'm really feeling like I didn't look more carefully when we were still dating. I'm mad at myself. But I didn't expect that you were having an affair with a colleague. It's a blessing in disguise. I'm so glad it was before we have kids.
I would never have kids with you. Unlike James, you're ugly. I'm worried about the face of our child. I decided that if I wanted to have a child, it would definitely be James' DNA.
You're such a horrible woman. Well, it's easy to get alimony, and I'm glad that I've got this much evidence.
I'm basically honest, you know. By the way, about the alimony, I'll pay it. But can you please tell my parents that I didn't have any love affair? They're so angry that they won't even listen to me anymore. I'm afraid they'll cut off ties with me, and I don't want that to happen.
I'm glad your parents are decent, unlike you. But I'm not going to lie to them, and you're going to pay for the alimony. You just want your parents to pay for you, right? That's stupid and selfish. You need to clean the mess you've created by yourself.
I have the money with me, so don't worry about that.
Really? I'm happy to hear that. Since you seem to be counting on it, I'll tell you something. I haven't applied for the accident settlement and the insurance money yet, so they won't be transferred to my account.
You're lying.
I knew you were counting on it. You're really too obvious. Don't think that just because I'm in the hospital I can't do anything. I've been consulting my lawyer, had the credit bureau check on behalf of me out for the last few days. I was surprised when I found out that you're living in a luxury apartment now.
Why are you doing this to me? I won't be able to make a living.
Why don't you ask James to support you? I wonder how much money he's making. You are really stupid to live on the insurance money and settlement money from my accident.
Yes, and there's also the division of property.
Property division? My savings from when I was single won't be divided to you.
What? You have some savings after we got married too, right?
What are you talking about? I wish I had. You're the one who spent all our savings after we got married.
Stop joking, Thomas.
Well, after the divorce proceedings are over, I'm going to ask for alimony from both of you and James.
How am I supposed to make a living?
Ask that to the handsome James, will you? I won't be your husband anymore soon. If you have a future with James, then you'll be fine.
Actually, James doesn't have any savings either.
Well, I guess so. He likes to gamble. Aren't you two a good match? He has the same level of intelligence with you. So, can you talk to a lawyer about the rest? It's none of my business anymore.
Wait a minute. We lived together for 3 years. You could have compromised a little more. You have feelings for me, don't you? Where's your compassion?
Compassion? How can you say that? If you had been a little nicer to me when I was in the hospital after the car accident, I might have. I've lost all my feelings for you. Well, I have no more regrets, so just sign the divorce papers and pay for the alimony. Thomas, can I talk to you? I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to do such things. How dare you contact me? Don't think that I'll forgive you just because you apologized to me. I'm really sorry. I won't do the same mistake ever again. I admit that I had an affair with your wife, so can you somehow reduce the amount of my compensation? Is that the attitude of someone who is remorseful? There is no such thing as a reduction. Didn't your lawyer tell you that I had no intention to reduce the amount? I heard about that, but I thought if I talked to you directly, I could at least get a little discount or something like that. Please be nice to me, just like what you did before. Are you stupid? There's no way I'm going to be nice to you. Take full responsibility for what you've done. Why should I be nice to someone who had an affair with my wife? Besides, a content-certified letter was sent to my parents' house, and my father fell ill because of the shock. That's your fault for having an affair. I'm sorry to hear that. And your father wasn't ill, so he's not in bad shape, right? Another lie. Your father called my lawyer to apologize. What a good person your dad is. I asked him about his health, and he said he was in good condition. Lying again? I wonder how you could lie so easily like that. I'll tell you my true feelings, so please consider reducing the amount. I don't want to be together with Cassandra anymore. I want you to help me. Before we lived together, she was kind to me in many ways, but now she doesn't even do the housework. She also wastes a lot of money. I'm surprised that she suddenly changed so drastically. I have to pay for the apartment too, and I'm going crazy. You finally realize it. That's the kind of woman she is. Well, I didn't notice that for 3 years. Good for you for finding out so quickly. You're very determined, which is really surprising to me. It's not good at all. When I tried to go back to my parents' house, my father was furious with me, so I'm still living with Cassandra. Well, I'm really grateful that you two jerks got together. I'm glad that I'm free like a bird, as you can see. I'm sure Cassandra will hang on to you until she finds her next guy, so good luck with that. I'll do anything, so can you give me a break this time? I'm really sorry. I will give Cassandra back to you. There's no way I'll forgive you. I don't want you to return Cassandra to me. You're the one who should do something about it. Live with her for the rest of your life and be happy with her. You two scumbags make a great couple. Oh, and make sure you pay the alimony, okay? I'm going to charge you for it. James and Cassandra paid me the alimony for the affair. They both admitted the affair, so it seems they couldn't escape paying. I contacted the embassy to confirm the truth, and they found out that James was lying. In the end, James was scolded by the embassy. At that time, he again tried to lie for his own sake and got his boss at work and his parents involved. Now it seems that he has no place to belong in the company. It is frustrating that I could not notice these two idiots until now, but I'm relieved that I have managed to put an end to this. I'm now able to move my arm as I went through rehabilitation. It is still inconvenient for me to work hard, but the company is understanding and I'm gradually returning to work. I was shocked when I decided to divorce Cassandra, but I'm glad that I left her before she started spending all of my precious money. I don't want to live my life being taken advantage of any longer. When I think about it, James, who took Cassandra away from me, may have saved my life in a certain way. From now on, I hope that my arm will recover as soon as possible so I can enjoy my hobbies for a while and live a leisurely life, hoping to meet someone new sooner or later.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!